Hi. Yeah. You're a good girl. Okay, now we got things happening.
Hello, everyone! It's Dylan from Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything, and welcome back to another Talkin' Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's Up, the only weekly podcast dedicated to overanalyzing Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's episodes. And in this one, we will be going over episode 16, the duel between Romin and the washing guy, Arya Arata. I forgot his name for a second. That's kind of how forgettable he was. But, yeah, we have a lot to discuss. All things from Romin's historic win to Neil's debut. Neil hacked the stream a little bit, so sorry about the, the spillage there. And then, of course, Rook and Romin's blossoming relationship and just the next arc that we are getting into here. So we have a lot to discuss today. And I'm joined by a lovely crew, as always, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything crew. How you guys doing?
Really good. How
Doing
about
good.
yourself?
I just have a weird sensation of deja vu, but I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we were live and then we weren't live. You know, it's one big thing.
Two
But
streams.
Kate, Nick T, Pete, thank you guys for being here.
Happy to be here.
And Liza.
Liza.
Liza's here, absolutely.
Behind a computer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's hard at work.
She's
Yeah,
hard at work.
She's helping.
She's the
Unpaid
producer.
intern. Good girl.
She has no idea what's happening. We are, again, going to get into it. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for making us a part of your Wednesday evenings, Wednesday afternoons, Thursday mornings, wherever you may be in this big, beautiful world. And if you're new to Sevens Up, what this podcast is us just literally talking about everything that's happened in Sevens in the previous episode and everything that we think will happen in this show going forward. Our impressions of the duel, our impressions of characters if they were relevant to it. Of course, Neil making his debut, he'll be a very, I think, big part of the conversation today. And before we get into the thoughts on this episode, I do want to thank every single one of you who donated in the last Talking Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's Up. The donations help me out so much. There are two ways to donate. Super Chat, which is right in the chat, or the link in the description. The link in the description helps me out a little more because it takes, PayPal takes much less of a percentage. But if you do choose to support me that way, thank you, and either one works. I'm not going to tell you to do one over the other. If you're more comfortable with one over the other, just know that I appreciate it all the same. Big thank you to Legendary Duels, Melinda Phantom, Sean Gilbride, Nicholas Horton, Bernardo Lima, Solid Snack. Did I say that wrong? Lima. It's Lima.
Lima. It's Lima.
Yeah.
Solid Snack, Captain Rex, Electric Kevin, Goose, Ice Aiden, Zornica, Jack Knight 21, Pegasus Seiya, Novice Gamer, KP, Entame Subs, who does the subbing for the episodes now. Big shout out to her. Sonia, Rinsasore, and unfortunately, Calibro. No, I'm just kidding. Calibro, thank you, man. Thank you to all of you guys. You guys are all amazing. And I think we're going to have a lot of a fun discussion here for you today. I kind of want to start
Yeah, please.
with some fun facts for you guys.
I'd love to hear it. You usually have one of us starts. I'm actually excited, other than your intro, excited to
Right.
hear your thoughts.
I have a little bit of a monologue here that I want to go over with all of you guys. I did some research today because I was a little curious. Of girl Yu-Gi-Oh! Protagonists. Obviously, Romin has won 2 duels in the opening 16 episodes, which is something that no other Yu-Gi-Oh! Girl has ever done. The quickest a Yu-Gi-Oh! Girl has won 2 duels was 22 episodes. Aki did it in 5Ds. So the fact that Romin already has 2 wins is a really good sign. And I started to wonder, what is the record for the most 1v1 wins that a girl duelist has ever gotten? Right, because you think of, like, Asuka's win there at the end of GX, but it was a tag duel. You think of some of, Aki's final win was a 2-on-1. It wasn't a real 1-on-1. And so I'm like, there were a lot of big wins that the girl duelists had, but when they were kind of in this tag team setting. Mm-hmm. So the girl character that has the most 1v1 wins is actually Asuka from GX, which surprised me because it took her 40 episodes to just get her first win. But Asuka ended up winning 5 times in 1v1 settings.
Right.
Aki only 4, and Yuzu only 4. Romin in 16 episodes is already at halfway practically to where that record is.
Yep.
It's a fantastic start. I don't want to understate how truly incredible her character has gotten off to. And from a dueling perspective, things look really good. And the fact that a Yu-Gi-Oh! Girl has never won more than 5 1v1 duels throughout the entire show is a little crazy to me.
Oh, yeah.
So Romin is set up to, not only maybe break well, she already broke one record, but she's set up to maybe break a couple of records here when Sevens is all said and done.
Hopefully.
From a dueling perspective. So I love that. I love that for her.
I do love that for her.
Yeah.
It's
I
unprecedented.
love that for her.
It is. Nick, say your thoughts, man, on the episode.
In terms of the episode, I mean, I want to state that I'm very happy that Romin won. I really liked the duel a lot. It wasn't my favorite episode. I think not, other than the duel and the very end, not very much happened. But there was like inklings of things, like basically that we get the gist that this ramen shop is like sort of a central hub for the top of Hexagon. I guess that's where they meet, right? And it gets deeper into Goha's.
I want to interrupt you on that.
Please
I'm
no.
sorry to interrupt you. Because I'm glad you brought that up, because I missed this in my review.
Yeah.
Do you think that Yuga knows now that she's part of Top of Hexagon?
No.
Yuga is so smart to me, in my opinion.
Yeah. No, yes, he is.
And the fact that the butler came into the room, or the waiter, and said, oh, Top of Hexagon's here, I just feel like Yuga's going to pick up on that.
I think he should pick up on it, but so far it's been glaringly obvious that, one, Mimi is an adult. They know that. They should know that. Don't they know that?
No, should they know that? I don't know.
I don't know. And that she's, like, obviously part of Hexagon, but no one said anything. And it's a little... That's, like, as far as the grand details in the show, they've been pretty consistent with tying things in. That's one thing that's gotten, like, unaddressed. Like, Yuga should have picked it up by now. He picked up almost instantly that our dishwasher was cheating. Right. You can't pick up that waiter talking about the top of Hexagon walking through the door.
Well, he might be using it strategically, right? He claimed that he knew Romin was a spy, but he waited on it.
That's true.
So he might be just waiting because he doesn't...
I just wish we got like an inkling, like even like a look in the
inner
eye.
monologue.
Because that's, again, another thing that he knew that Romin was a spy, but we didn't get any inner monologue. We got no face even. Like he didn't give a face until the moment he...
He also, remember when Kaizo switched?
Yes.
You saw Yuga look inquisitively.
That's what I want. That's all I want. Is a little inquisitive
Well,
look.
right after Mimi said that and said, no, and shoved the weight out of the room, they showed Yuga, and Yuga looked... He kind of looked a little dumbfounded. He looked plain. He didn't look like he was
a blank
onto
expression.
something. Yeah. But they did show him next shot.
Right, which I like. But the expression was a little blank to me. And that's, whatever. I'm not going to nitpick.
Yeah.
But, so we got, like, details about Gohan and the way it ties in with the ramen shop. But other than that, I feel like not a whole lot happened in the episode other than the duel. But I liked the duel quite a bit. And I liked the humor. Obviously, every episode, the humor sprinkled in. So, and I loved Roman's, like, dueling in particular. So... I enjoyed it. Yeah, I thought it was a fun episode.
Okay. I'm happy to hear that. And we are going to go a little more in depth. I want to go more in depth, believe it or not, on Mimi.
Okay.
So we're going to go more in depth on Mimi. And then, of course, the character that shows up at the end here.
Mm-hmm.
Pete, your thoughts on episode 16?
That's okay. I thought, I don't know, for me, I didn't really find the duel that fascinating. I honestly thought the Rook and Romin kind of dynamic of what was going on there, of Rook seemingly kind of out of nowhere. I thought we cleared this whole traitor thing up, and then as soon as he looks bad, he's like one of those people.
Yeah, he's one of those people. He's immature.
He brings it right back up. It's like, bud, we cleared this already. Like, she made you dinner. Like, we were cool with this. And now because you did something idiotic that got us all in trouble, you bail on us to go to the bathroom. And then also want to be like, oh, well, I don't listen to you, spy. Like, it's like, man, like, stop digging up the past over here.
I do want to say it's kind of in character for him, though. He's a pretty
it's 100%.
Pretty prideful.
It's 100%.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It just... That was more the interesting part for me. And the ending of seeing who Neil is and what that's about. Is like, is he a villain now, but then he's going to be like an ally later, like... Because he seems like a third party kind of thing, maybe a fourth party. If he's not related to Gohan, you have Gohan and him, and then whatever Roa's doing. And so, could there be like a kind of a quad box dynamic going on here? I don't know, but yeah, it was okay.
Okay. Now I have to grill you, and by grill I just mean ask.
Really?
I have to ask you because obviously we had a fun debate after Roman defeated Gakuto, where you said the duel really wasn't a duel; it wasn't a true win. Do you feel differently about this duel because Romin did not show any signs of losing her memory? She kept her memory, it seemed. She was in control, unlike when she was hangry.
She got fired up.
Yeah, she got fired up and passionate, but she didn't go to that point where she couldn't remember what happened.
Yeah.
Does it change the dynamic, or do you still view this as almost an invalidated win?
It's better than the last one, but I still don't like it. And I don't like it even just from why can't the writers give her just a legitimate, like, outright win? Like, why does there always have to be, like, almost like a gimmick that happens, like, when she's dueling? Like, oh, like, she clearly demonstrates that she is a good duelist who knows what she's doing. So why can't we just see that? Like, why do we have to see her like, oh, well, I'm sad now, and so that's what's gonna fire me up to keep going? And her eyes change color, much like Rook's. Like, I don't know, it doesn't feel super clean to me, which is ironic given the dishwashing and
Yeah.
stuff.
Can I jump in a little?
Yeah, of course.
I think because I maybe interpreted it a little bit differently. It wasn't that she was sad; she wanted to cry tears of joy that Rook showed up.
Right.
Yeah.
But the whole fired up thing was not because she like was sad or happy. It's just because she was losing her patience with not being able to express that. So
Yeah.
I think a loss of patience is worthy of getting fired up. Like it sort of
Yeah.
is worthy of an explosive win.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree.
And-
to me, I completely disagree.
I know,
with you.
I know, and like, it's definitely better than the last time, right? Because
Right,
she
she's-
remembered what happened,
Right.
and I can understand the emotional state she's in. Thank God her cousin didn't starve her this time.
Yeah.
So, like,
Yes,
it's a better scenario. It just, I don't even look at it more as a detriment to her character, as more as the writers writing her character. Of like, why does there always have to be something for her to win? Like, why can't she just duel and win?
That's fair.
Yeah, that is fair. But I mean, I still view it as like it's an ability that she has. Why not use it? If it's going to let
Is
you.
it an ability though, or is it just she's emotional and she's using that to her advantage? It's not an ability like Rook, and now Rook has not used his ability at this point to actually win a duel, but her 2 wins have come when she's not normal. I mean, even
Well,
Yuga makes a point again to say, oh, I guess she's back to normal, just like Roa said.
Right, but she gets fired up into this mindset, this very like heavy duelist mindset
Yeah.
that allows her to pull off these great combos and entertain the crowd. And yeah, I don't know. I view it differently.
No,
because
I feel better about it than I did the last time. I just still don't feel great though. Like, it was going.
So you don't think she's been well written?
Like, not from a dueling perspective. I like her dynamic with the group and with the Gohan connections and what Ro is going on. But when she duels, I think she could have a very interesting deck. But then they undercut it. Like, it was going so well for like half of this. Like, I was like, okay, she's gonna do some like great comeback and like just take down his 4,000 life points in one shot. And you have to give some gimmick that Yuga has to point out when it ends. And like, that really stuck for me. While I was like, okay.
Yeah, I just feel like
Even though I'm more on your side with it, like it's still I can see where he's coming from. She should just get it deserves an outright win without
Yuga
getting fired up.
shouldn't have been given that line.
Yeah, if
like,
they took that out.
Dueled, okay, I'd be like, all right, she was emotional, boom, she won, great job for her. But the fact that they have to stick that line in,
Implying she was
kind of just takes
abnormal.
away from me of it, of like, okay, well, she was powered up, so that's how she did it again.
But isn't it the same concept? I mean, you guys haven't gotten to that point in 5Ds, but the main girl in 5Ds is able to use her psychic ability. She has these psychic abilities where she's able to do things to, intimidate her opponents and inflict like real world damage. And that's an ability that she has. So by the same logic, using any sort of ability that gives you an advantage then takes away from a victory. So like, what if Yugimoto going into Yami Yugi? That kind of takes away.
But that's an essential like part of who he is with the Millennium Puzzle, and so like him switching back and forth between those two characters is like he duels as at least at the point I'm at as one character. He changes his persona, and like he's not powering up. And now, yes, is there a lot of cheese in Duel Monsters so far? 100%.
Well, yeah, I mean that.
So like it's a hard thing to compare that to.
Yeah.
But if we're focusing in just the vacuum of this show, no one else, Gakuto, Yuga, Rook, have to have that like added thing. They can just duel. And maybe that's not even like me attacking the character Romin, but more of just Yugioh girls in general. Of like, why does there always have to be something to explain well, they had to do this to win. It's like, why can't they just win?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
They
like,
should-
that's just how I
think
see
at this
it.
point they should be able to duel as well as their male counterparts without a buff.
Mm-hmm.
And to your Yugi point, I think regular Yugi probably isn't all that great a duelist. It's really an attempt win.
Yeah, well, definitely.
So
Definitely.
I mean, if that's your point, then you're proving Pete right.
And Shadow, when you're saying, like, what about Super Saiyans when they're mad, they legit get angry to power up. True, but they're powering up to meet the level of their opponent. So there's no advantage there of the most time. It's usually on equal ground. This is a clear advantage of Romin, that just like it was an advantage of the dishwasher kid to be literally cheating. So there was an advantage to it.
But yeah, I guess to me, if you have that power, you absolutely should use it.
I'm not saying that she's wrong with
And
that.
that-
It
and
just
that
frustrates me that we can't just can't be clean. Like
Yeah.
there has to be something.
But to his like without it, she's not a good a duelist as.
But
Rook
with-
or Yuga,
by far.
as of now.
Yeah, well, even with it, I don't think she's as good as Rook and Yuga.
No. Do you
But
think
I
she's better than Gakuto? Even though she beat him?
Of course, absolutely.
So just because she beat him,
Yeah, of course.
it was one time.
I think even if she didn't go into that mode, she probably would have beaten him.
I need to see more from Gakuto.
Well, that I agree.
Yeah, even if she doesn't go into that mode, she probably ends up.
So
beating him
Gakuto, in your
Naruto.
mind, is a distant fourth in terms of ranking.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's pretty distant.
Yeah, I guess.
I think he's going to lose again in this upcoming
I don't
battle
think he
between
needs a
Neil's
win.
team.
His character doesn't need that.
No, his character doesn't need a win.
No.
Look at every
he needs,
series
he
we've had
needs
support characters.
a win at some point.
Well, yeah, at some point, but he's a support character. I mean, look if we're looking back at previous shows, look at Duel Monsters. I mean, like look at how many we have all these characters, but only the Joe or
Yeah,
Joey
like
and
Tristan
Yugi.
never
Exactly.
dueled.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Completely
So we don't
agree.
need like 4 incredible duelists on the team.
No.
We don't even need all 4 of them to duel.
I also
No.
just don't want to see Gakuto go like
No.
0-20.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No.
But then I mean, he
You
doesn't
know.
even have to duel. Like I mean, 0-20 is one thing. Yeah, that would be terrible. But like if he just
Gotta
didn't
get
duel
something.
and was there to like figure stuff out and be the emotionally intelligent character we know him to be, that's his function.
Yeah, like there was a comedic character, Shingo, you guys know him, from Arc 5, who a few people viewed him as the rival, but I'm pretty sure on 1v1 duels, I think he went like 0-7 or something, and he always dueled like the best characters in the
Right,
show.
so
and
it's a
always
fair
got-
loss.
Yeah, he always got smacked, and that will probably end up being what Gakuto is. I don't
That's
know.
fine.
To me, I would rather see a girl character win using her power, even if it's viewed as a buff,
lose.
than lose.
Oh,
yeah.
that I agree.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely. Without a
Oh,
doubt.
yeah.
One
If you're
more-
giving me that option.
I mean,
yeah.
one more win, and Roman's already got as many wins as Aoi got
Yeah.
in the entire show of Reigns.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
So
definitely agree.
Yeah.
I do agree that she deserves like a clean, unbuffed win if possible.
Sure. Yeah, I don't think
Like
that
I don't
would
want it to
be a
become
bad
a
thing.
gimmick. Win after win, she has to like it acts as like
crazy
a different
eyes and-
emotion. Whatever it's like, some kind of emotionally triggering thing. Eyes red, wins the duel. Like if it's a gimmick, then it's unnecessary.
Yeah.
I think it was ID Seasons said something that explained like my thoughts on it, like put it into words. He said Roman powering up is simply to demonstrate how determined she is. I don't think it takes away from her character. It's just an element of characterization.
Oh, I guess it's a good way to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it has to do a lot with her fiery personality as well.
Yeah.
She has a very fiery and quick personality where she makes a lot of decisions based on emotion rather than logic. I remember when in episode 5, it's still a very funny moment to me, where the newspaper club wrote a smear article on the group and on Rush Duels, and they were like, "Oh, that's the group right there." And everyone was like, "Oh, nope, I'm not part of this." And she just, she walked away and she
Right.
like zoomed out of frame.
Yeah.
She makes a lot of decisions based on her emotion, and she's a very
Sure.
emotional character.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that plays into the dueling. So I think that is a part of her character and who she is.
And that's fine, and that's good. And I'm mostly in agreement with you, but then don't treat it as an abnormal state.
Yeah.
She can be a passionate person and duel based on her passion and emotion.
Yuga's comment didn't do that for me.
Well, but
I
if we're back to
didn't-
normal, I feel like then she was not normal before, and she clearly wasn't normal when she was hangry.
Well, when she was
didn't
hangry, she didn't remember. So that
Right.
there's more validity to that argument.
Right.
But Yuga just making a comment like that, he could have just been kind of teasing her and joking around.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I mean, they tease each other all the time.
Of course.
So I didn't take that as literally as Pete did in this case, and as some people probably did.
Yeah.
Right.
But I mean, it's interpretation, so that's completely fair.
Interpretation.
Just how I felt.
No, and you have absolutely every right to feel that way.
Yeah.
And yeah, I am just relieved at a girl duelist getting duels and winning. That's probably why I'm more in the devil's advocate side of the argument.
Sure.
Just because I'm happy to see a girl duelist
Without a
succeed
doubt.
in duels.
Without a doubt.
20 years, it just rarely happens.
Yeah, of course. No, needed to win either way.
Yeah.
I just think that kind of just dilutes some people sometimes. Like I said last time, it's like everyone, like people are writing that like it kills me saying what I'm saying is like kills the excitement for them for like Roman.
No,
which, like,
no, it shouldn't though.
which, like,
if that's your opinion, that's your opinion.
To be fair, like I didn't necessarily like wanted to talk about this because like I knew it would be like a lot of negative reaction to it. Like Dylan wanted to have this debate.
I did want to have this
so
debate. Absolutely.
I get your feelings out there. It's just what I feel, and if you see it as wrong, that's fine.
I think I wanted your opinions out there because I know it's a more unpopular opinion. I think it's a good practice for people watching that you have to. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion, and there's nothing wrong with your opinion, even though I don't.
No,
fully
it's
agree
just
with it.
generally how I interpret like.
Yeah, and I don't think it
when I
kills the
see
excitement
it, and
at all.
It kills it for me just because I feel like you cop out to giving her a win by having like
power.
If you said in the first or second episode like they did with Rook, like okay, there's some power thing going on with this kid. If they did that for Roman and you establish those powers and then she uses those to her revenge later, I go, okay, good on her.
Right.
But to not have a clear defined set of like what we're doing here, at one point it's because she's hungry, now it's because she's upset, like so like what is it next time? It's going to be like her furiously angry, like
right,
when,
right?
Or is it going to be when like she has like a bond of friendship and she's super happy that like what is the range of these powers and like that? I think that part also like kind of annoys me.
I guess like because you use the Rook example, like if he is using his devil powers or whatever he gave the name for it in a duel to win those duels, I would feel the same exact way. I'd be pretty upset, like his one gimmick is what he uses to win.
Yeah.
Well, that would in his case. Well, that would be straight
but I'm
up
saying,
cheating.
well, yeah, it would be straight up cheating.
Yeah.
But I'm saying a gimmick is a gimmick.
A gimmick is a gimmick. Yeah.
And of course, that I think the whole argument comes down to how you view it. Like if it's passion, if it's characterization based on passion, probably a different story.
And it's not just Roman. Like I said, the same things with Yuga, right? Like I didn't want to see him always winning with Seven Roads Magician because I feel like that's a cheap way that he constantly wins.
Yeah.
So like I'm not directing it just to like Roman. Like I wanted to see some diversity of what Yuga was doing, and then he spread out and was doing that.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to see that with Roman, and we're only 16 episodes in.
Yeah, well, that's
so
the
like
thing. That's
there's
why,
plenty of time.
Oh, yeah.
Like just give it like treat that character with more appreciation.
Yeah.
That like wow, like this girl is a really good duelist. Like she maybe could compete with the guys.
Yeah.
Like you don't need to give her anything extra because I just don't like how that feels.
Yeah.
You know? It's like it's like in the real world, like if you're saying something like, "Oh, well, it was a good job you did," like, "Oh, for a woman, for a girl," and it's like, okay, but you're a person.
You get
so
that
like
literally.
they could have been doing that job better than any guy ever could have. So why do you need that extra thing added on? That's what I don't like.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
And you see that literally in every form of entertainment. Like music specifically, I see it a lot. Oh, she's a great guitarist for a girl. And it's always like that, like weird little add-on that sort of detracts from it.
Yeah. No, I see it. And, the end of the day, if a character doesn't do it for you, a character doesn't do it for you. Everyone loved the final villain of 5Ds. So many people loved him. So many people say he's the best villain ever. And that's why I'm not going to say the name. I did not like the final villain of 5Ds. I didn't. And I'll stand with that. And I know a lot of people will say, oh my God, how could you not like, XYZ? I'm like, I didn't like him. It didn't work for me. What they did with him, I thought was kind of cop-out-ish at the end of the show. Yeah. I'm not going to go real in depth with that, but we all have characters that a lot of people like, but if you don't, it's an unpopular opinion, and that's completely okay.
Yep. Yes.
So I disagree. I mean,
but I do like Roman. Like I do. I don't want to say that I don't like Roman. Like I really do like her, but I actually like her more outside of dueling.
Yeah.
I like what she offers. I like that she stands up for herself against Rook. And she's not taking his bullshit.
I also liked how in this episode she took the initiative. She didn't let Yuga do it.
No.
Yeah, she took the initiative to stand up for Rook and duel.
It was her fault.
Yeah, so that was really good. So yeah, that really comes down. And then I'm sure you can imagine why she's a fan favorite for a lot of people. Because if you view her dueling as legitimate and she has all these other things going for her.
It's nice to have some kind of champion that you want to look forward to.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I understand.
Yeah. But it's fair.
That's what it's kind of what we wanted for Aoi, and then we're just kind of disappointed.
Yeah, at this point I'll take what I can get, but I just hope they don't I hope that they continue writing her character in a good direction.
Me too. Me too, because Yu-Gi-Oh always has the issue towards the second half of the show.
But it's
you
a new
started
studio.
off, and then you kind of just start diverting from that path. Yeah.
Yep, but it is a new studio, so there are reasons to be excited about it.
And we have an unprecedented, like, quality of, like, female, like, all these things are unprecedented in this new show, and I feel like that's a good sign.
Definitely, definitely. It's again, it's a really good start, and even if you don't view her dueling wins as super legitimate, the facts are the facts. She's won 2 duels in the first 16 episodes.
Yeah, which is great.
And any way that it's done, that's really good.
And her only loss was not her deck, and she was kind of pretending not to know anything because she was trying to fool them.
Right. So from a getting the win standpoint, that's great. The
she
validity of the
dubs,
wins
dude.
can definitely be debated, but she's gotten 2 dubs, 16 episodes in. I'm very happy with Romin. I want to talk, and then we're going to, do we have any donate? Do you want to say any opinion on it?
No, everything's been
Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing. This episode, not much ground to cover.
I feel like
other
there
than
wasn't
like
a huge
nitty-gritty
amount.
details, but
See, so I actually disagree with you. I think that there was something that was happening in this episode that I think a lot of people overlooked. I actually didn't touch on it in the review. He
didn't even call it out himself.
And then, of course, we are going to read donations and comments from you guys, which I'm very excited to do. And it actually had to do with Mimi. Mimi obviously gets them in. We see that Mimi, of course, wants to, spy on them and stay with them to learn more about the relics and Otis. But Mimi is the one that gives the speech to Rook, which ignites Rook to help Romin. And Mimi seemed very happy at the end of this episode that they were able to get the win. And I just felt from watching this episode and Mimi's character in particular, and her being almost the mom to these kids and giving the speech to Rook about how, hey, Romin loves rush dueling just as much as you. She likes hanging out, like giving motherly advice. And I just feel like Mimi's mindset and her objectives are starting to turn to the point where I feel like the seed was planted in this episode where she could be the one that might betray Gohan Corporation and stand up.
I said that in her intro episode. I could see that.
Without a doubt. I think since we've met her, she's been dancing a pretty fine line.
Yeah.
On being, Gohan or like sort of sympathizing with our protagonists. And she's starting to cross that line in our protagonist's favor, and I like that a lot. Because I mean, other than, you can sort of throw out her cameos in the Roa little ending arc there, because
that was all.
That was it was all comic. But like when we actually see her, she's really like, she's having like inner monologuing in a way, like sympathizing for these kids, and then this time she outright like talks to them about like what's going on and the problem and giving motherly advice, and I like that a lot.
Yeah. And actually, it's not fully throwing away the Roa thing. Remember, Mimi went into her Gohan uniform and stood up for Yuga.
That's right.
So
until that point, she was just cheering for Roa, though. But yes,
you're right.
Yeah.
Pete, your thoughts on Mimi in this episode?
It was interesting. I mean, it's kind of going the way that, like you said, that I think it's going. I think she will eventually betray Gohan. I think she's going to be into the whole Rush Duels thing, whether it's from her son or from the group that she's hanging out with. Somehow that, I guess I understand how they haven't figured out she's an adult, but she's really, really bad at covering up her tracks.
And that's what makes it fun. But yes.
Oh yeah, she's more for me at this point like comedic relief, and I don't really take her even remotely seriously.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even to the point where like that robot or whatever came in and was just like, oh, this is where the top of hexagon are going to meet.
And she pushes him out.
And she's like pushing him out. It's like, even if I'm one of those kids and Yuga's sharp as anything, I would be like, are you one of the 6?
Yeah.
Like even like the way they were sitting, like it seemed like there might have been 5 or 6 seats there.
Yep.
So like I just thought, I don't know, it's funny. She serves as a comedic device, but
definitely
it'll be interesting to see kind of how she factors in going. You okay?
Yeah.
Going through in this next kind of arc.
Yeah.
With Neil and all that.
Now, did she... I'm trying to remember if someone could confirm this. Did she go through the door with Yuga and his friends?
Yeah, she got them in.
Yeah, but I'm saying, was she trapped on the other side of the door?
I think it was just the.
But then where did she go? Because she wasn't with Arata as he was being closed into the dishwasher.
No, she was either gone or she was.
Yeah,
with
maybe
them.
she was
Now I
gone.
don't remember. Can anyone confirm that?
Was Mimi with them in the final shot? I would say probably not.
I think she was.
Then that'll be interesting.
I honestly
because
don't remember.
I feel like she had to have split.
I feel like she had.
Right? I don't.
Was she
leave?
there?
Apparently she did. She did it. What? She walked through or she left? I can't imagine she went
did.
in with them.
That's what Blue said she did.
She went in with them.
Because that's like bold. If she left, it makes sense. She can't be seen
Well,
with
she's
these
one of
kids.
the kids, right? So like she
Right.
has to keep up that persona when she's with them.
But her boss sees her with her
Yeah.
protagonist friends, and that's not a good look.
She also is kind of curious as to what's going on in this situation, right? Because she just witnessed this character straight up cheat, and the Goha systems didn't detect it.
Yeah.
And now this character talks about this Goha door, so obviously whoever's on the other side of that door works for Goha.
Right.
So she's probably like, what the F? Like, what is going on here?
Right.
So she's probably curious for her own, like, self-gain
Yeah.
and
And
interest
considering
here.
she's supposed to be one of the top members of Goha, and this is information she's not privy on.
Exactly.
There's something going on.
Exactly, and
I
that
also-
makes you think Goha is a pretty deep company that they have
Yeah.
like facets of this government that like their top officials don't even know about.
No.
Yeah.
And I think it also, she said she was going to do reconnaissance, and that's why she wasn't going to be at the meeting. So why would you turn away from potentially vital information
Yeah.
that
True.
seems to being offered by this kid Neil? Like, don't you want to know about that if he ends up being an enemy of Goha where you
Right.
work and you're one of the top officials? You want to learn more about that,
True.
so why
That's a
not?
good point.
And she could do it under the guise of,
she's
she's
another
just
kid.
a kid.
Yeah.
And she's not part of this dueling thing. I don't know how to do that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So you could play that dumb card.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting. So that'll be the last thing that we talk about before we take some donations, some comments from you amazing people. I hope you're having a great night, by the way. Thank you for joining us tonight. And then, of course, we are going to read the summary for episode 17 and make our
Yes,
predictions
planning that
between Schrodinger and Rook. Last thing I want to touch on is Neil. The debut entrance of Neil.
Yes.
The creepy music that was playing, which I loved. Flies in like the professor.
Yep.
Yep. Says, "Welcome to the Garden of Providence." Hits
Love
him-
that line, by the way.
Yeah. Hits him with
Very
a
cool name.
hits him with a wicked smile, and then we fade to black.
Yes. It's Kirito's voice. It's all is good.
Yeah.
What did you-
That was very like unsettling for me for
Yeah.
a second.
I was like,
You
what?
could hear
Kirito's
Kirito.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I mean, knowing it, it was clear. If I didn't know that, I'd be like, oh, he sounds familiar.
Right.
I wouldn't probably have been able to pin it down. But yeah, knowing it, I was like, geez,
Yeah.
it's kind of scary.
So, what do you make of his character?
He doesn't seem like a good guy.
Yeah.
In the
Yeah, I
slightest.
don't think he's a good guy.
I
That
think
smile was sinister.
he's gonna play the role that a lot of us thought Roa might play, where Roa is going to turn from rival to eventual ally, because that's what happens with all rivals. I think this character is going to stay villain even
Yes.
after this mini arc concludes.
Yes.
I think he's going to be a pretty wicked character.
I think so as well.
Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of hope that. I think this show is in kind of desperate need for some villain presence.
Yeah.
I mean, Mr. Goha has not done it for me.
The absentee father.
Yeah.
What do you mean Mr. Goha's not it for you? I still have to change my alert sound every time someone donates.
That'll
No,
be incredible.
but
I can't wait for that.
I liked his creepy entrance. I liked the music there. I could still see a path of like him being villain and then turned ally, like kind of situation. I hope that's not the case. But like I said earlier, if we can add in kind of like a third or fourth party here that doesn't like Goha, but also is against our protagonist, I think that could be fun. Because I feel like he can't work for Goha, right? Like he has to be against Goha, don't you think?
So he does work for Goha.
He does?
Yeah.
So that's 100% confirmed?
Yeah, and the big implication for that in this episode was that it was through the Gohan door
Right.
that
he's
he
on the
was
other side.
behind.
The Garden of Providence.
So like,
Yeah.
well, I figured like he could have just overtaken like a Goha spot. He just
That would
took
be
it
that would have
over
been
kind of
interesting.
That's a
No.
good point.
So we do know that from the 17 summary, which we will.
So that's kind of a bummer because it's like, I guess it's just.
Keeps the world too small for you? Or?
Yeah, and also I guess Goha just has, like you said, deeper levels that even the top of Hexagon is not aware of. And so they're always keeping their options open of like maybe having this deep hacker duelist that's in there of just like you're going to do this stuff behind the scenes of like surveillance of these protagonists, and if they need to come across and meet you, even if you lose, gain all the information you can against them.
Yeah, I don't view it as a bummer. I view it as Gohan trying to get more legitimized, and I think they are going to get more legitimized.
It depends how
'cause they've been
good
kind of
this character is.
Yeah.
If he's like really like,
I
he
agree.
seems menacing right now, but like we get into the episode and he's not, and he's just joking, or he's like trash.
Right.
Then like it'll really kill that moment.
I agree. I think this character needs to be kind of what Roa was, except without the need to be arrogant to the fans. You know
Right.
what I mean? I think.
I'm just in, I don't know, maybe I'll just be honest. I'm in some desperate need of just some seriousness.
Yeah.
Like I just want something with
Yeah.
a little bit of drama, a little bit of stake to it, you know?
Yeah.
I
Like
get that. Yeah.
A little bit. That's all I'm looking for.
Which I think flirted with a little bit towards the end of the previous arc, but never fully got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, I can't sit here and say we will get it.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Oh, there's no.
Yeah.
Might not be.
Yeah. Bad shot.
I know. A little too much oomph.
Yeah, I think if we are going to get seriousness, this is the character that gives us the best opportunity for it.
For now.
And for now. And yeah, I hope he's a good duelist. I hope he's a good character. But remains to be seen.
Yes.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting to keep an eye on.
Yep.
Neil in Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens, we will see. And we'll read the preview for 17. And of course, we will make our predictions. If you want to make your prediction for the Pick'em, the standings have been updated. It's right in the description. You can copy and paste the email that's going to be in the chat right now. Just send your prediction. Rook or Schrodinger, draw no result as well. Yeah?
No, I'll address it later.
Schrodinger's cat?
Yeah, just how on the nose it is.
Yeah.
It's
That's
like
what the show does.
Yeah.
I know, really. We will read some donations, and then we will preview 17, and we will make our official predictions.
Sounds good. To start it off, Sean Gilbride donated $11.11.
11:11. Thank you, Sean.
$11.11.
Make a wish. Make a wish.
Yes. Said my little cousins can't wait for the TCG to get Rush Duels.
Hell
They've
yeah.
been driving me crazy about it since Rush Dueling was announced.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's awesome,
That's
dude.
cool. Yeah.
That's very adorable, Sean. Yeah, I did a video on it today, actually, which is kind of funny, but the patent has been confirmed by the U.S. Trademark Office. That was yesterday, the 22nd. Rush Duels are coming. I have a couple different sources that have told me that's a thing. I would project it to happen maybe mid-2021.
That's going to be exciting.
Rush Duels are coming. Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's dub is coming. Hopefully we'll get announcements on that early 2021. But yeah, I'm excited.
Dub-wise, like US dub-wise?
Or like.
All I know is it's going to be
Or is he
dubbed.
going to do the same
Wait,
thing
you know-
that
Or
Braves
is
do
did?
you have a
it the
source?
same thing
Like,
as Frames?
Is that a rumor, or is that do you have a source for that?
It's not been announced, but I have a very good source for that.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, if it makes sense if they're patenting the or trademarking Rush Duels for the U.S.
Yeah.
That's a part of the whole thing we've been talking about with bringing new market. This is it. This is the
Yeah.
reset. This is
the reset. And they have a whole outpost in New York City that is there to dub the show. So,
Right.
of course, they're going to dub Sevens,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so I'm excited for that. But, yeah, Sean, thank you so much
Yeah.
for the very kind donation. Tell your cousins I said hi and that I hope they will enjoy Rush Duels when it comes.
yeah. I'm excited for them. Like as
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, new players. Like I think that sounds amazing.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Nicholas Horton donated £5.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Nick.
Said Romin had her win without getting hangry. Hashtag Roman Empire.
I think that was before our whole
Hashtag
debate.
Roman Empire.
Yeah.
Yeah, there will probably be a
But
few
still,
comments
yeah.
about that. Yeah, she didn't
Yes.
get hangry.
At least you remembered it.
At least she remembered it. Definitely. Definitely.
Hashtag Roman Empire. Let's go.
Thank you, Nicholas. Hashtag Roman Emp.
I can do that.
Roman Empire?
Roman empanadas.
Roman empanadas.
You have a shirt that literally is Roman Empire. You don't want to cut it short.
Yeah.
You're right. I gotta order that shirt.
You don't have one yet?
You gotta
Not yet.
order the shirt from your own store.
Yeah, I
Because
got
he's not doing the printing, so he has to still buy it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but
So-
like I feel like he should have had that already,
Oh, yeah.
and then he launched it to the so people out in the community, in the lovely
Hey,
community,
you don't have, like, a
they
test
have
print?
one, but you don't.
I don't yet. But I'm getting it. I'm gonna buy a big thing in bulk, so I'm waiting for all the items to go up on my store. And then I'm gonna ask you guys which ones you want, and then I'm just gonna buy a big thing in bulk and
And then we're gonna have to pay like way more
No.
than you normally would.
He's gonna really mark it up 1,000%.
Yeah.
thank you, Nicholas.
Yeah, thanks. Roman Empire.
Roman Empire.
Let's go.
Jack Knight 21 donated $5.
Thank you, Jack.
Said, "What's up, guys? LCS 6 being held this weekend from Luxury Gaming. They'll be live on Twitch and taking place on Dueling Book. using Sky Striker.
Jack, good luck, man. I'm
Best
going to
of
try
luck
to
to you.
tune in. You and your Sky Strikers, man. I wish you the best. Everyone wish Jack some good luck. Thank you so much for the donation, man. You're great. I'm sure I'll probably speak with you before that stream begins, but if I don't, please, dude, just have fun and do the best that you can. Make us proud, Jack. I know you will.
Make us proud.
Thank you for the dono.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck, bro.
Next donor is through the link.
Thank you.
G donated, I think, $3.33. It was hard for me to say.
G333, thank you so much, G. Been lurking for a while,
Heck yeah.
but because of time zones, I really can't stay up for your streams. I'm about to pass out now, too, but I saw the tweet go up, so I wanted to tell you to keep up the good work. Also excited for Neil's debut. Thank you so much, G. I always say it, I love my lurkers. I'm probably going to get a big shirt. I love my lurkers. I really do. I mean, lurkers are the majority of the people that watch my content, streams included. Maybe there's 30 people being active in chat right now. We got 150 watching. Thank you. That's literally 80% of people.
Yep.
That are just watching.
Just lurking.
And that's completely okay. You watch the stream the way you want to watch it. So I love people. I love lurkers. So G, don't feel bad about doing that. Thank you so much for the donation, man. You really went above and beyond. I appreciate it. I hope you have a great night, man. Thank you.
Next one is from ID Season, donated $3 through the link.
ID Season, thank you so much, man. Thank you guys for using the link as well. Again, I get a little bit of a bigger cut there. Longtime viewer, lurking longer than Wall Shadow. We got another lurker, ID Shadow. I love it, man. ID Season, excuse me. Love the content. If any of you could make a fusion monster out of 2 level 4 or lower protagonist monsters, what would the materials be? That's good. That's a hard question.
I cannot answer that
Yeah, that's
question.
a little over my head.
Over my head a little bit.
I'm going to think about this, ID Season. And thank you, man.
Was what fusion monster?
Yeah, but level 4 or lower fusion monster from any of the protagonists. There's so many to choose from.
Yeah.
Low 4 lower materials for a fusion.
Yeah.
monster.
I keep thinking Celtic Guardian because you got this warrior.
Yes.
But what does it fuse with? That's what I'm trying to think. Celtic Guardian and level
Baby
4.
Twag.
No, that's Joey's. That wouldn't work.
That is
Oh,
hard.
I got one.
That's-
The cat that Yuga uses
Yeah.
in Rush Duels.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of the cat, but you know the cat. That's
Yeah,
always
yeah.
looking, he always tributes it.
Ah.
So the cat and the Celtic Guardian, and then you just get this huge giant cat with a sword. And
That'd be dope.
And
That'd be pretty funny,
And the
actually.
cat goes from being this scared little thing to this just massive warrior with a shield and a sword.
That actually
That would be
funny.
hilarious. This
Yeah.
big fat cat, dude. That's it right
Oh,
there.
it's like it has to be like Garfield the cat.
It's
I
gotta
was
be
thinking like an in shape cat.
like a buff cat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
why does it be fat? It could be, I'd say
He's a
Oh,
warrior.
I meant fat as in like big
big
bone.
cat.
Yeah.
Big. Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
now it's big bone.
He said, "LOL, that'd be amazing."
Go, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Good choice.
That's the best. That was a hard hypothetical, man. But thank you so much for donating, and thank you for watching me for a long time. Seriously, man, I really do appreciate it. I hope you're having a great night. Thank you, ID.
Yeah, straight familiar, right?
That's
Is that-
right.
Yeah.
Straight familiar. Celtic familiar. That's what it would be.
That's okay. All right, I see you.
Oh my god. Electric Kevin donated $5 Australian.
My friend from Aussie Land. How you doing, Kevin? Thank you.
You've got to say it. No more SAO until 2022 with SAO progression, but at least we can keep hearing Kazuto's voice in Sevens with Nail playing a villainous role, it seems.
Yes.
Yep. Kirito's voice. And yeah, Kevin, thank you for the donation. I don't know much about Sword Art Online if you want to take it.
I'm only in season 2 right now. I'm towards the end of the Gungale arc, so I can't speak too much on it. I still have to watch season 3.
Did you get to that scene?
No, but there's one earlier in season 1. So
There's a few of them, right?
Yeah, that's...
I've
It's a
seen
fun one.
I've seen the one in season 3. If that's what you're asking.
I've seen it too, unfortunately.
Yeah,
I don't
That's
want to
the-
know.
That's the only Sword Art Online thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's
Like 8 years ago.
I'll show you later.
I don't want.
No, don't.
No, you want to see it,
Yeah.
dude. Trust me.
No, you don't.
Oh!
So basically, the show is still going, and it's not coming back till 2022.
Yeah.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah.
What's the reason for that?
I don't know the reason.
Does it have to do with
Yeah,
COVID,
I'm not
or is
caught
it
up,
just...
so I don't
yeah,
know.
I'm not caught up to it either.
But we will be able to hear his voice in Sevens. So for USAO fans, at least there will be some sort of comfort there.
Yes.
Thank you, Kevin.
Hell yeah.
Dragon Fist 900 donated $5.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, man.
Said my reviewing hard drive got wiped a few weeks ago, so I lost most of the stuff from my DSOD review.
Yeah.
Dark Side Dimensions.
Right. Only thing salvaged was the completed script.
I mean, words. At least you have the script. I guess that's
You could
that's
re-record.
a pretty difficult thing to
The script, I think, is the worst thing to lose.
Yeah.
Unless you're a good editor, which I'm not. Because if you're a good video editor, I mean, you
All
can
the
spend
assets,
30
yeah.
hours into it.
Yeah.
I'm not, so that doesn't really bother me. Losing the script would be the heartbreaking part for me. So at least you have that, Mark. You just got to
still.
record the audio again. But it sucks. If that script is like a 20, 30-minute script, which it might be,
That's a lot.
it's
of
a lot
possible
of
editing,
re-recording, and you already did it. It sucks, man.
I'm
It
sorry to hear that.
sucks when technology fails you. I'm sorry to hear that, Mark. But hey, you'll get through it, man. And thank you for the dono. I appreciate that.
Good luck.
Good luck. Seriously, man. Good luck.
Goose donated $5 through the link.
Goose!
Why
Thank you,
is it doing
Goose.
like that?
All right. Goose! Thank you for the $5.
What did he say?
To the idea Pete had of Romin not really winning on her own merit, you can compare it to how my Valentine under the influence of the Seal of Orichalcos or Alexis under the Society of Light
Spoiler.
influence.
No,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
No, it's fine. There's just arc names. Yeah, I guess that's fair. But in those cases, Goose, I would argue because they were forcefully possessed by a third party. Maybe in the Hangry case, Romin was... I mean, even in that case, Romin wasn't really possessed. So they're kind of similar, but they're also kind of different. I mean, in the episode that just aired, she definitely wasn't possessed. She got there on her own will. Whereas the Society of Light was, brainwashing. Seal of Orichalcos was, complete and total possession. Well, maybe not the Seal as much as the Society. Maybe not the Seal as much as the Society, because you're choosing to activate the card, and it's still kind of you. Yeah. Yeah, it's a trope that Yu-Gi-Oh has always done, but I guess with Yu-Gi-Oh girls. But remember, one of Chaz's biggest wins was in the Society of Light Art. Yeah, Manjome. People love Manjome. He's another character that I really don't like. But
I think
Chaz it up.
Chaz it up. Manjome Thunder.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm gonna get you that shirt.
There is no shirt.
No,
There's
I'm
gotta
gonna
be
make
a
one.
shirt.
No, there is
We'll
no
make-
shirt.
I know
we're
a
gonna
guy.
Make it happen.
Goose, thank you for the donation. How many more do we have right now?
4.
Okay, we're going to read 2 more. We will get to the last 2 and any more that come in, and then we're going to make our predictions for Schrodinger versus Rook.
Next is from TNX Rail, donated $6.66.
Ooh.
Thank you, Thomas.
I like that.
I like that a lot.
Said Kaizo was unable to simp for Romin this episode. We will have to do it for him. I theorized.
Theorized, just not spelled with a Z.
Theorized Roman powers could be psychic. Any thoughts?
Could be.
Nothing leads me to believe that yet.
Yeah.
But could be. We have Rook's devil power, so why not some psychic power going on?
Yeah, I feel like if it was, psychic power makes me think of, like, Aki, obviously an at-home example, being able to, like, actually physically damage things and being able to, like, even, like, the psychic in the sense of telekinesis where you can read what your opponent is thinking. Romin hasn't displayed any of those kind of traits with her power. Her power really just seems to make her go crazy and become this, like, really intense duelist. So I don't know if I would use psychic to describe it, but
I respect it.
if she gets a big, it's very possible that maybe that's the route they'll go. I mean, we've already seen it in Yu-Gi-Oh, so. But thank you, Thomas. I appreciate it, man.
Hell yeah.
The next dono is from Xy's Lover.
Oh, thank you, Josh.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
$5.
man.
Always.
You don't have to, dude.
Said, enjoyable episode. Worried that the duels against Team Neil will be the same as versus Team Roa. Rook will win, Gakuto lose, and Yuga win.
That is a perfect donation to end that on because, Josh, thank you for the donation. That's where we're going right now. And I am genuinely, I have the same concern.
Yes.
Romin already kind of won the first duel against Team Neil.
Right.
But if we're going back to best of 3, which we might not, but if we do, I wouldn't expect Yuga's team to run roughshot. And if Rook is dueling the first duel, most likely...
He's immature.
Can you get a
caliber?
Can you get a grip, man?
Yeah, keep going.
If Rook wins, then most likely Gakuto has to lose. So that would be kind of crappy for Gakuto, you know? But let's take a look here.
Do we know who's dueling in the upcoming...
We know it's Rook versus the cat guy.
Yeah, that we know. But do we know the next 2 after? Do we know there's 3 guys on
No,
this
we
team?
don't. We don't.
So we don't know.
So here is the summary and cast for episode 17 airing on Friday. Make your pick to the pick'em if you haven't already. Mm-hmm. Here it is. The Cat in the Garden of Providence. The one who stole Kaizo's data is Saionji Nail,
right,
a boy who oversees all of Goha's duels, and also says the enigmatic word Providence. In order to retrieve Kaizo's data, Yuga and company must risk losing their duel accounts and try to defeat Neil and his group. And their first opponent is simultaneously a cat and a human. Mm-hmm. The cast list: Yuga, Rook, Gakuto, Romin, Mimi, so she did get through, Neil, Sebastian, we don't know who that is, Nekoyama, Schrodinger, Otis, and then extras.
Oh, so we have Otis again.
Another Otis.
Could be a flashback like it was in 15.
Yes.
So we all have to make our predictions on Rook versus Schrodinger. So based on that summary, it seems like, Pete, what you were asking for, that there are stakes, higher stakes than we've seen in the past.
Good.
Yeah, in the sense of them losing their duel accounts. So that's the other thing. Is it? We don't know if. Let's say it's 3 duels, right?
Yes.
If every time they duel and they lose, does that character lose their duel account forever?
Or do they all have to lose?
Or do they have to lose the match? And even if one of them loses, they'll get it back if they beat Neil.
Yeah. Right.
It's probably that.
It's probably that.
Probably that. You guys ready to make predictions?
I think so.
And then we're going to talk more about the summaries and stuff. Okay, and again, we do it in the chat so that we can't change, the one with Cal, so that we can't change our prediction based on what other people are saying to try and gain an edge.
Is that this one? Yes, okay.
It's the one with all our names in it.
Yeah.
And again, make sure you get your picks in. You can win a gaming console if you come in first. You can win some other minor prizes if you come in the top 10 slots.
Is there
Email and standings are down below. Pete is 13-1. Nick T is 12-2. Me and Cal are 11-3. Kate is 10-4. Ready to send?
Yes.
3. You ready, Pete?
No.
3, 2, 1, send.
So you almost psyched me out, dude.
Okay.
Do we know Cal's?
We know
What's
Cal's.
the ending of yours?
It
feels like you're leaving me like
has what?
What does he
has,
have?
and then I'm like, has what?
Okay, we've made our predictions. Calibro has picked Rook. He didn't give me a reason. He picked Rook. He's in Florida.
Well, he didn't text us because he's probably out partying.
He's
he's out
He's
partying.
right
he's probably
there.
playing Top Golf Orlando.
Yeah.
You know.
That is it specifically called Top Golf Orlando.
I hope. Kate, you want to start?
No.
Nick T, you want to start?
Sure. I don't have a huge. I mean, it's
Yeah, like I don't.
the
that's why I
reasoning
wanna
feels
start. I don't
similar
have
to a
huge-
lot of the other
yeah.
reasonings. I mean, he's not. The stakes seem high enough where it's like Rook just isn't going to lose.
Yeah.
Just like Mimi wasn't gonna. Not Mimi. Excuse me. Roman wasn't gonna wash dishes forever.
Yeah.
We know that.
Yeah.
So, I think.
There's an alternate reality where there's another Seven show,
Well-
and it's our guys go off doing their thing,
And
and
then
then we always cut back to Roman just endlessly cleaning
Cleaning
dishes.
the dishes.
I'm gonna say something baffling. There's an unlimited amount. There's an infinite amount of realities where an infinite amount of outcomes
I know,
exist.
but in that one, that's what happened.
That one, yeah.
Anyway,
Can you make your pick?
yeah, Rook. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have any crazy reason besides I don't think a half man, half cat is gonna win. I think that's pretty fair, and we seem to maybe going in the same way of building up to Neil, so
Right.
his underling is, I highly
Yeah.
doubt, going to beat Rook. We're going to give Rook's first loss against this half cat.
So,
Yeah.
so this was an easy pick for you
I
guys.
thought it was
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
simple.
Man, I gotta tell you, I struggled with this pick for a
Really?
while. And I gotta be honest, if we did this stream on probably Monday night, I think I would have picked the other way.
Why is that?
Well, to be honest, I think this is so I'm picking Rook. I think this is the perfect time to have Rook lose.
And
this is
really like shatter his ego. Because he's already having that issue with...
Yeah, exactly. He's already having this confidence issue now that Yuga wants to be king of duels. And I think this is the first duel where we might see that uncertainty play out. And because it's such a weird, trippy setting based on the preview,
right?
I just could see that. I could see Rook losing this.
I could see it going.
And his character would essentially be hitting rock bottom here.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I just...
Does it feel too soon for that, though?
No, it doesn't.
For me, it does. Against this guy, like, I could see where you're coming from, and that could 100% happen. And that would shake things up from what just happened with our trio of duels against Roa. Mm-hmm. But I don't see this as the guy to do it.
That's the other aspect of it, though, because if Rook beats Schrodinger, you know Yuga and Neil is probably the final duel.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you have a situation where Gakuto versus insert duelist here, Gakuto's probably losing.
Yeah.
Right?
Unless you win, but
unless Rook loses here, then maybe Gakuto
does
gets
this have
his
to
first
be a
win.
2 out of 3 though? They could run roughshod through?
They might run
What if
roughshod.
this is the only guy?
What if Mimi gets involved in duels?
Could be, or what if this is the only guy in the way of Neil? The next duel is literally just Yuga, Neil, boom, we win, we go 2-0. All right, cool.
Could be.
Could be. If you told me like Neil is going up against Rook, and I have Yuga there in the background, I go, okay, well Rook's probably gonna lose.
If this duel was Neil versus Rook, I'd picking Neil in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I'd be picking Neil
yeah.
because then I'm like, well, Yuga's setting up for Neil versus Yuga, everything on the line, all their accounts on the line.
Right.
But since it's against a half cat man,
Another thing that we're forgetting is
it.
Neil gives them the ability to cheat and do whatever they want because he oversees. That's a very unique perspective on this.
It adds the cheese to
It adds the cheese. So Schrodinger, the half man,
cheese.
half cat, is going to be able to do really whatever he wants in this duel legally with his deck and with his cards. That gives him a advantage over Rook, just like Arata had one over Romin. So that also was kind of leaning me towards maybe you just throw a huge wrench. At the end of the day, though, Schrodinger, is Rook going to lose to a half man, half cat?
Yeah. Does he have a hat?
I don't know. Some people think he does. Some people don't.
I just want to say, at least for the sake of the name, based on how you read it to me, he's simultaneously both cat and man.
Right. Well, do you want to explain what Schrodinger's cat theory is?
I mean, I can explain it roughly and terribly, but the idea is that Schrodinger leaves a cat in a box, and because we don't see it and are unsure of the fate of the cat, it is both simultaneously in reality dead and alive.
Yeah. No one actually did that experiment.
No, someone did that experiment.
Well, I didn't know that. It's a thought. It's supposed to be.
No, I think I don't know if someone actually did it or not. I can't remember.
It's supposed to be just a thought experiment.
Right. Because if you don't see it and you don't know the fate of it, reality dictates that both possibilities are occurring.
Yeah.
So that's why the joke, and I imagine that's what the joke is here.
Like
he's both simultaneously man and cat. We just don't know which.
But right there is another thing of like a kid would never ever understand that.
No.
Right.
So
and that's
that adds to the adult element
right.
too.
No 10-year-old knows what Schrodinger's cat
kid
is.
no.
It's quantum like psychic stuff. Yeah. Like
psychic.
psychology.
Oh yeah, I guess it is psychological school of thought. Yeah.
Psychic.
Same thing.
No,
it's not.
you should know this.
Psychic is a phony profession.
So we're all picking Rook. Kate, what are you picking?
Rook.
Okay, your reasoning?
Same.
Okay. So
yeah,
we're Rook around the board. I
like that.
I struggled with this more than I probably would like to admit. No one else did. So we'll see what happens.
I'm sleeping easy.
I'd love for us to be like, yeah, it's easy, and like, oh, I struggled, and you were right. I mean, your reservations could be correct.
Yeah, and I guess in that regard too, I guess I struggled with it, but I didn't like really struggle with it.
Yeah, I'll sleep over it, man.
I had that thought.
Okay.
I simulated this duel 100 times in my graphic.
The one you got from Konami?
Yeah, I simulated this duel 100 times in my graphic calculator, and Schrodinger wins about 18% of the time. So I took that and I said, well, are 18% of the people in the Pick'em League going to pick Schrodinger? Because if 18% of the people don't pick Schrodinger in the duel between Schrodinger and Rook, then I'm actually getting good value for my money if I do pick Schrodinger. But if 25% of the people pick Schrodinger, then it's all of a sudden, okay, well then I'm probably going to pick Rook because I'm getting good odds on Rook. So I had to decide, well, 18%, you rounded up to 20. Are 1 in 5 people going to pick Schrodinger in this duel? And I said, well, maybe, but probably not. But then draw no result is also an option. So if they, draw no result, then maybe they don't lose their account. So are 5% of people going to pick draw no result? You figure 80 people play, that's about 4 people. And I said, nah, we don't really get a lot of draw no result picks. So that's why I picked Rook.
Oh, I see.
Did you follow that?
No.
You didn't follow any? Pete, you followed that.
I kind of tuned out when you said 18
Well, I just
out of
came
20.
out of my coma, so like...
Yeah, I'm sorry I fell asleep.
No,
I took a little nap.
I get the sense...
I took a little cat nap.
I get... Nice. The sense of a lot of what you said was not nonsense, was very grounded in gambling odds. It terrifies me.
Watches a lot of
When I heard the value for
he's always had a
money, good odds, I was like, oh shit, this is...
You should play poker with him, Jesus.
Oh yeah, it's probably a nightmare. We have played poker with him. I lose every time. Back.
We gotta play against Steve.
Yeah.
We have to.
As
Nah.
senior year of high school, oh man, he took us for all we had.
$5 games, bro.
Yeah. But amongst 8 people, that would add up.
I'd have some pretty good nights.
You'd have some
I'd
good
be going to
nights.
Applebee's.
Yeah, you'd be going to Applebee's.
Yeah.
You could afford a 2 for $20 at least.
You're right.
Stardust Dragon asked if you could repeat what you said because he wasn't listening.
Oh,
Go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
there's a rewind feature on YouTube.
I do have to say, you did, given the wordiness and the length that you described that, you went through it very quickly. I don't know how you processed that.
And you only flubbed on one word.
Yeah, you went... Yeah, it was nice.
That was pretty good.
It was really
Yeah.
good, yeah.
I was in another dimension. I wasn't even listening.
That's okay.
You look back at my face, I'm just staring
I
in
fell
one direction.
asleep. I'm not gonna lie.
One Direction?
You're
Yeah,
a fan
dude.
of the band?
Yes.
Nah, dude, Big Time Rush.
Well, I do stand Big
PTR.
Time Rush.
What happened to the Naked Brothers band?
They all...
That's a legitimate question.
One of the kids is Light, Yagami in Death Note.
No, that's absolutely true.
Yeah, in the Netflix remake.
I believe it's Alex Wolf. Yeah.
Yeah, it's is it Alex or Nat in Death
It
Note?
might be Nat.
I forgot about
That is something I didn't see coming
Yeah,
right there.
no.
That
No.
was a plot twist.
Yeah,
Um.
Netflix. Yes, it'll come right up.
Well, I guess we'll read some more donations.
No, it wraps it up.
There's nothing more. Well, no, I was gonna say wraps it up for our conversation. There's not really too
Nat,
much else
it's
to
Nat. Yeah.
discuss there, right?
I mean, we
It's
can
Nat
talk
Wolf,
about
by the way.
what you thought of what's kind of happening between Rook and Romin. I mean, did you have,
we
have
didn't
any
really go into that.
thoughts on
Yeah. So
on
Rook
that?
and Romin, Rook X Romin, maybe we should be saying.
Maybe.
I want to know did you get any
Yes.
romantic cues?
Yes.
You
Yes.
did.
Yes.
Wow. Because so did
It's 4 for 4, man.
So did Pete, and none of us. So that's crazy because none of us said this.
No.
But Pete was the one, the romantic over here at the end.
Yeah.
He was the one who said, unprompted, and I want to point out, unprompted. Pete said that I don't think Sevens will do romance,
Yep.
No, not at all.
but if they do, I think it's gonna be between Rook and Romin.
That would be how you would do it.
And-
like in a live-action Netflix remake, that's how they do it.
And what's crazy is I could
opinion.
I could see it. I absolutely could see
Yeah.
it.
Right.
Um,
And put it this way, there's not going to be any romance in the show. It's like a 99% chance of
I agree with that.
However, I think the two of them can end up being best friends by the end of the show.
Oh, that I definitely agree with. But even if they for the lack of a better term, flirt with the idea of it, it's like picture an elementary school crush. Not where you're dating or doing anything, but you both like each other. It's not really a romance thing because nothing's happening. Similar to Reigns, where there was an implied thing on the bench and that's all we got.
right.
Still very bitter over that.
Yeah, I wanted them to hook up.
I like that he just said it cold, too.
Can someone-
he's been deep in the
Yeah, I want
fanfics
that.
on that one.
Oh my. But
Go on.
I just at least based on what we got in this episode, I can toy with the idea of them just having this grade school little infatuation with the other, even if that comes in the form of them
bickering.
Yeah.
But that's what people in elementary school do when they have a crush on each other.
Exactly.
They bicker. Yeah, that's,
Exactly.
yeah. It'll be probably harmless.
And even
if
like
anything.
that, like even though, yes, it was because he came to save her with the power. Like the whole idea of her wanting to cry tears of joy, like gave me like when she's looking down, almost blushing, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. You get that sense.
It's just the way they go back and forth at each other.
Yeah.
Like even before she was revealed as a traitor.
Yeah,
Like
right.
I don't know. I just feel like they have an interesting dynamic.
Yeah. What would be really interesting is like if we hear like, you know, because Roman obviously has the headphones on a lot. If we hear that she listens to like jazz or like, you know, old school music.
Okay.
And then like
Okay.
Rook
Go
like,
with
you know,
this.
breaks her heart, and then one episode she's listening to like Ariana Grande. And like that would show some pretty interesting development there. That she go, you know what I mean?
No. I feel like this
What's
is
happening tonight?
Where are you going with this? Exactly.
Well, like she gets her heart broken, and so like her music style changes.
But from jazz, is this like a downgrade? Are you implying that
No, I'm not.
somehow
I'm not talking
pop
about.
is less cerebral than
I'm not
jazz?
talking about an upgrade or a downgrade, but sometimes that music helps you go, you know, through breakups.
I'm not. All right. Well, I do want to recall. I think was Pete there? Because I know DJ was. A conversation in Outback.
I was not part of this.
Yes, you were. 2 years ago? 2 years ago. A year and a half ago.
Oh, I remember.
Talking about you hating Ariana Grande. And specifically for the reason your ex tweeted about
Oh, that's
a song.
not what I was referencing.
No, but it just brought me to
That is
that.
not
Yeah,
what
what
I
was
was
the song?
referencing.
Boyfriend. Break up
No,
with your
no,
boyfriend.
no.
No, it was...
She favorited a tweet from her that said, I can't remember now. It was so long
No, it was a
ago.
very long time ago. But
Yeah.
I remember you really like... Oh, no, but you did quote boyfriend saying it's like only like people like dirtbags like can glorify cheating and this and that.
And that's when DJ was pro cheating, I believe. in that
Yeah,
conversation.
probably, yeah.
Yeah. You agree with DJ?
I'm not at all. I think it's a great song.
There's a lot of
There was,
hesitation.
hold on. There was
There's
a lot of hesitation.
hesitation.
We're not talking about Ariana Grande anymore. We're talking about, do you agree with
No,
cheating
how
on
did
your
this come
significant
from?
other?
No, not
Next
at all.
dono.
Okay. All right, I was just asking. Next dono.
My goodness.
This is you get
Just
a
devolve that conversation.
I don't even know how we ended up there.
I'm just saying you don't have to hate Ariana Grande. It's okay.
I don't hate Ariana Grande.
Okay.
She's completely irrelevant to my life.
I'm glad to hear that.
I'm glad you're glad to hear that.
I'm glad you've moved past that.
Yeah.
Ariana Grande is irrelevant to my life.
I'm good.
You already said that. We get it.
Okay.
All right.
All right. The conversation, I think,
Are we
is
good?
over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I'm good. Nick's still looking at me.
I just feel like you're.
He was looking right at me.
No, that's it.
These comments are gonna be fun.
Oh
to
wait, so
look
what? I'm still confused at the point you were trying to make that she was listening to Ariana Grande to solve her heartbreak after Rook breaks her heart.
Right. And they go meta, you know?
Okay,
Yeah.
I can see
That's
that.
meta.
I mean, at this point in time, I'd probably pick someone more relevant, but sure.
You're right. That's fair.
But I see the point. Yeah, jazz to something else, something
Yeah.
to ease the pain.
Somebody's a pain.
Even if they don't go down the actual serious route of romance, they can make a lot of jokes to it in the show, though.
Oh, I would love
Definitely.
Because
Well, they already have with like Mimi and Roa.
No, but like more in the sense of like of Rook being completely oblivious to like the world around him.
that. Oh my God!
Like,
She's
and
giving him
not, like,
every
getting, like,
sign
yeah.
possible.
I think
and you
those
just-
could be
yes.
pretty funny, but yeah, they're not gonna go that route. But to see them become friends would be like,
Yeah, like
actual
close,
good friends
good
would
friends.
be cool.
Yeah, it would be. It would be cool.
Colin Cleve says, "Where are we going with this again?"
I don't know.
I
have
lost.
no
I
idea.
lost the plot a long
I-
time
I-
ago.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't
Pete, you
even
brought
know.
that up?
I did not bring up that area of the topic at all.
It was just ironic to me that he chose Ariana Grande. I don't know. That
But then you
conversation
brought
took
up
a
like pro cheating stuff.
You brought that up.
You definitely did.
I was saying you
You
were upset
100%
about
that-
Ariana Grande.
Right, and then
for that.
DJ I think defended the act.
Yes, but I didn't say anything
Yes.
about that.
Oh, well, I just wanted to know your opinion on it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. There's always a point in the night, regardless of what night it is. It just things just spiral.
Usually it's like later in the
Usually
night. We're
it's
only
later.
an hour into the stream,
Yeah.
guys.
We're getting old.
I forgot
It's
about
time
that,
for bed.
Alex, where he goes, it reminds me of Kate's face the one time where we had a 20-minute discussion where the rest of us were talking about urinal etiquette.
I
forgot about that.
Yeah, well, urinal etiquette. There's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with talking.
Does
Alex need a reminder?
Does urinal etiquette change now with COVID?
No.
If anything, more stringent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think it should, that's at least 2 apart. Because you have to figure they're probably only about 1.5 feet apart. So maybe 4 apart. So you maintain that 6 foot distance.
Yeah, you're also not facing each other.
But you're still right next to each other.
You're still right next to each other. If I can turn and cough at the guy, I don't,
It doesn't really matter to me.
I knew you'd say that.
You right now.
Hey, it's me.
Into this conversation.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't. Nixie's the one talking about it.
He brought it up.
Well, Alex brought
Okay,
it
what's
up.
the next dono we have over there?
Next dono is from Goose. He donated $2.
Goose.
Sending positive vibes and kindness to everyone.
Perfect
Beautiful
timing.
time.
For that.
Perfect.
Could not have been a better
Goose.
dono to go back
Thank
onto.
you, Goose.
Thank you, Goose. Thank you, dude.
Goose.
Jesus.
Well, that was a very nice
Aw.
comment. Razor Shark 317 said, every Wednesday night this show gets funnier and funnier every time. You guys are the best. Really do mean that.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Razor.
Thank you. I think you're the only one that agrees with that right now.
We're losing our minds.
Yeah, we needed that confidence boost.
Now this gamer goes, I just got on. What on earth are they talking about?
We never know.
We've lost the actual topic of the podcast. Are we booting up After Dark?
Yeah, we might be.
I gotta bring that back, first of all.
Yeah.
When do you want to do another After Dark?
Later tonight.
Next dono.
I just threw up.
Next dono is from Ice Aiden.
Thank you,
Ice
Ice. Thank you, dude.
Donated $2 and said, what are your thoughts on Romin superpower?
Well, we talked
Yeah,
about
we
that a lot.
definitely-
Do you know what's funny to me,
delved
though?
into that.
Yeah,
He
I've done the
donated
same.
that, like, at least 15 minutes after that debate.
So you might have missed the debate, but we had a good debate. I like it. I think it adds to her character. I think it shows off her personality really well, the ability. Nick T was more in the middle.
I was, pretty in the middle
And
of that.
Pete was more on the side of like, it's kind of not like a fair win. It's not an honest win, which is, complete. We really
It's valid.
We really all, yeah, absolutely. We really all had like, we were on like the complete opposite ends of the spectrum there. So it was a good debate, though, Ice Aiden. If you missed it, we talked about it a lot beginning of the stream.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you for the donation, Ice.
Alan Wilkinson donated £2.
Thank you, Alan.
Said, theory, Yuga's master duel deck is silent themed.
That would be amazing. So Silent Magician is what Yugi's deck was.
Oh.
So it would be great if that was the case, Alan, because obviously it would be the deck that Yugi used at the end of Duel Monsters.
Right.
Yeah, it's a cool theory.
Okay.
I personally do not think we are getting Master Duels in this show.
No, I don't think so at all.
But
given the new market, it's just
yeah, there's no point.
They want to boost that game. They want
Yeah.
to continue with that game.
Exactly. But thank you, Alan. Thank you, man.
And initially, I thought the message said Silent Hill themed, and I was like, hell yeah.
Triangle Head is like the
Yeah,
final
that'd
one.
be dope. Kids
be
would
kinda
kids
cool,
would
though.
not like that.
Didn't Konami own Silent Hill or no?
You know what? Let's fact check that. Let's fact check that.
I don't know.
I'm gonna do it.
Fact checking. 2020?
Fact. Yeah, you bet. Yeah, well, Silent Hill, great game series, by the way. Oh my! I can't spell. I keep spelling Solent. So not the film, the video game, 1999. It is Konami. Very nice,
Wow.
Dylan.
So they could do that.
Nice.
So they literally could.
They literally
That would
could.
be really cool.
Terrifying. I don't think like small children would appreciate that.
Eh.
We're not marketing for them.
Well, yeah. Are you sure about
We're
that?
changing the
Yikes.
marketing scheme.
Konami owns Metal Gear Solid. They also own Metal Gear Solid.
We're now attacking 18 to 34-year-old adults. We've changed the
Just
demographic.
shifted it. Like,
Shifted it.
Yeah, all right, let's go. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Danger Charizard donated $5. Said, vote photons for create a card.
What is that?
The official Yu-Gi-Oh Twitter, they're creating one card of an archetype that wins like a 16 bracket.
Oh.
So they're in, I think, the quarters or the semis right now. It's Kaito's Photons versus Frogs. And I know at the halfway point, after like thousands of votes, it was like Frogs was like 50.5% and Photons were 49.5%. Super close. So your vote really does matter. Vote Photons. Let's get some Kaito love. Danger Charizard, I'll spread that propaganda, man. Thank you for the donation. Vote Photons.
Do people really want like a new frog archetype card? Is that a thing? Is that a popular
People
thing?
like Totally Awesome.
That's a name of a card.
That's the name. That's a very good card.
Totally Awesome?
Totally
Wow.
Awesome.
That is pretty awesome.
I like that.
I hate that card.
Oh.
Wow. Right after she said I like that too.
Well, the card
Justice
is
for Kate.
it's a good effect.
Electric Kevin donated 10 Australian dollars. Said, what are some dream duels you'd like to see happen between duelists from different series? The closest thing we got was Shay versus Crow in Arc 5, an amazing duel that Dylan didn't like that Crow won. LOL.
Yeah, I didn't like Crow, and why are you gonna hurt the character from their own show by letting a legacy character that doesn't need to get wins win, right?
Yeah, it's a good
Sure.
point.
Crow had the entirety of 5Ds to
Right.
do what he wanted to do.
Right.
And then he beats a character that had been built up really, really well.
Oh yeah, that actually does kind of suck
Right?
when they say that.
Yeah.
You really hate Crow, don't you?
I don't like Crow. I really don't like Crow. But I feel the same way about Jack Atlas as well in some
Yeah, if he
duels.
just showed up and like,
But Jack didn't really do that.
if he just like showed up and spanked like a, yeah, I get that.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to spoil it. But
Well, why not? You've just been doing it all stream anyway.
Yeah.
Might as well keep it the theme.
I might as well not watch any of the legacy shows.
yeah, so Dream Duel, I would have always loved to see Seto Kaiba versus Jack Atlas.
Oh,
Any of the rivals going up against each other, like Revolver versus Reiji, Revolver versus Jack.
I was thinking Jack Revolver.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah. Any of the rivals. I'd rather see the rivals duel each other than the protagonists, to be honest.
That
Yeah.
yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah, which might not
Be a
be a
lot of
popular
fun.
opinion.
Because that a duel like that can go either way, and you get more like
Zane versus Kaiba. Yeah.
That
Yeah,
would be
get
sick.
get the protagonists, powers out. I want to see the rivals just duel. You don't know who's going to win.
Right.
I'd love to see it.
You get a lot of edgy dialogue.
Yeah. I hate myself, I hate the world around me. I'm going to burn everything to ash. Like, those are the
Are you speaking as a rival or yourself?
Next donation. Electric Kevin, thank you so much.
He's the only one to answer that question.
Thank you for the dono, man.
Look at it.
It's totally awesome. Read the effect.
Hold
It's
on,
short.
I gotta click on the card.
Yeah, it's a short effect.
Oh my lord! It's
Yeah,
not a
it's
short
yeah, it does 25 things.
That is pretty totally awesome.
Once per turn during the standby phase, you can detach one Xyz material from this card. Special summon one frog monster from your deck. Once per turn during either player's turn when your opponent activates a spell, trap card, or monster effect, you can send one aqua-type monster from your hand or face up from your field to the graveyard, negate the activation, and if you do destroy that card, then you can set it to your field. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one water monster from in your graveyard, add it to your hand.
Oh my lord!
It's just the fact that it prevents you from playing. Basically.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
It's like anything
very-
that you
you wanna do
counter.
that?
They
Yeah,
got you.
yeah.
Like,
If
oh,
you
I
want to
gotta use
activate a
my
spell,
effect,
it's a very good card. So I hate when it's on the field.
Great art though, and name.
Yeah, great
Yeah.
name. Cool art, but vote Photons. It's simple as that.
I'm gonna vote for the toad.
It's not but it's not the toad. It's the toad. It'd be the frog. That archetype would be getting another card.
Why is that so bad? Help
It's-
me understand.
It's
Because you hate dueling against it. I think that's why.
I don't even duel against it honestly because I only do Duel Links, so like it really is irrelevant to me. But I'd like to see an anime archetype win.
Okay. Okay. All right.
All right, that's good enough reasoning.
What about
I'll accept that.
Judai versus Soulburner?
Judai versus Soulburner. That'd be a
Two
good one.
fired up duels.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
a good
I
one.
think
alright.
that'd be some fun.
That'd be cool. Judai would win, but that'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be
Yeah.
some fun. Well, hey, we thought Soulburner would lose the revolver, and he didn't. So
You're right. Villains dueling each other would be cool.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Like
Pegasus and
Lightning would be
Ooh.
interesting.
oh, that'd be real fun.
Yeah. Yeah, like Yami Marek versus like Spectre.
I would literally watch any Yami Merrick duel.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Yami Mara came back in 7s,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. Literally impossible, but I would lose my shit. Of all characters, I'm murderous. Like,
Could you imagine him in that universe?
no. They would have to either completely change the tone of the show, or like.
Well, he would have to
or-
shit on everything around.
Oh
him.
yeah, or they would have to neuter him.
they
Like
go-
he would just be like.
They go into the class and the teacher's just dead on the floor.
Yeah.
What's happening to him tonight?
Dude, oh my god.
No.
I'm just picturing Yami Mara in that universe.
Oh, it'd be incredible.
Oh, jeez, dude. Yeah, that can't happen. For
Yeah, that can't
many reasons. Oh, boy. That's funny.
But I feel like I could, as a villain, could fit into this universe.
Yeah.
He's a jokester, but he's also a little serious. So
Yeah, he definitely could.
that'd be pretty
Unlock
fun.
the door to new worlds.
They could also like literally. That could literally work,
Yeah.
given the digital
That's
nature.
what we're looking
of,
for.
Yeah, exactly. I think we can move on, eh?
Yeah, of course.
I was waiting for you guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Captain Rex donated $2 Canadian and said the pick'em don't work for us.
Still, I think it's is it mods only?
I think it's mods only.
Or did you change that?
Oh, I didn't change that yet. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Captain Rex. I'll make a note of that.
There'll be
Yeah.
a cooldown anyway, but
Yes.
still.
Joseph said, "Hey guys, want to play? Hey kids, want to play?" And that's Yami Mara.
Oh my lord.
Okay, I made a note for a Cammy, and I will add that right after the stream.
Nicholas Horton donated £5.
Thank you, Nick.
Said
Fact.
final Attack on Titan season premieres December 7th. It'll run for 50 episodes split into 2
Cores.
cores.
Yeah, how'd you, what does
I
that
didn't
mean?
even look at the
Yeah, what's that
donation
mean?
right.
Wow.
It just means seasons, basically.
Oh, okay.
Cycles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Cycles.
Oh wow. That's it. They're ending it.
Yeah, Attack on Titan. If you want to watch, now's the time to binge before
Yeah.
the final season
I'm gonna
starts
have
in
to do it.
December.
Yeah,
I probably
yeah, too.
won't, but I'm sure it's a very good
I
show.
heard it's great.
Yeah. So, Nicholas, I hope you enjoy it. To all the Attack on Titan fans out there, I hope you enjoy it. And thank you for the dono.
That was another one of those shows where I watched like the first couple of episodes and then didn't
Stopped.
watch anything
Gotta
else.
jump back into it.
That's how I felt about My Hero. I watched like the first 5 episodes, and surprisingly, I don't know, I just didn't get into it. But
Yeah.
everyone says get through the first season, and then it's good.
Yeah, I like the first season,
So-
too.
Your power. Nice sound like Dig.
What?
Come on, tell me.
Next one.
Next dono, Goose donated $7.77 to the
Oh, Goose, we
Hey.
need that look. Also, by the way, the ramen was 666,666.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We're just,
Well, the price went from 66 yen a plate to the total being 660.
Yeah, and it said it ended. Oh, that
6
deal
seconds.
ended 6 seconds ago. What kind of restaurant is that?
Yeah.
A terrible one.
I mean,
That's a
that's
good
an insane markup.
Oh yeah. Excuse me.
Goose! Thank you, man. Dylan's calculations or reason for his pick reminds me of Deku mumbling to himself. How crazy is that?
That's weird.
Or
Actually.
Doctor Strange going through the multiple scenarios.
Yeah.
Thank
Mhm.
you, Goose. I appreciate that, man. What a compliment.
That is a compliment.
And thank you for donating
Out of the
through the link.
14
I
million
appreciate it.
possibilities, there's one where Schrodinger's cat wins.
That's it. Yep.
I simulated the duel between Rook and Schrodinger 15 million times.
Do we win
How
any
many
of them?
times does Schrodinger win? Once.
Alan Wilkinson donated £2.
Thank you, Alan.
Said Neil versus Yuga could be Master Duel.
Could be. You know, to be
would
honest,
think.
Alan, I really just... I know I'm negative Nancy when it comes to it. I don't think we are getting a Master Duel in Sevens. And I hope I'm wrong about that because I think it would be cool, but...
It's just not the game they're really marketing.
Yeah, exactly. And we know that they exist in the universe.
Right. But
That's
that's
what was
what
before.
Yuga is
Right.
trying to rail against.
Yeah, and so maybe you do get a scenario where Yuga needs to prove his worth in a Master Duel.
Right.
Um,
Against Mr. Goha.
Maybe. Says you beat me in a regular duel, we'll do rush duels. But then again, wouldn't the whole point be if you beat me in a rush duel, then
It
we'll
would
do rush
be, yeah.
duels?
So
So, like,
we're not going to see matches.
yeah, I don't think we are. I don't think we are. We know a new mechanic is coming to rush duels in December. Could be fusion, could be ritual, could be something completely new entirely.
That could be fun.
Yeah, that'll be really
We'll
exciting.
see some
So
fusion.
yeah,
I want to say.
yeah. We'll see, Alan. I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm excited Yuga versus Neil. Thank you for the donation, Alan.
Next dono is from Novice Gamer, donated $5.
Thank you so much, Novice. Thank you, man.
Said, loved the episode. I'm obsessed with Romin's Prima Gitarina summoning chant. Also, please vote Photons.
Heck yeah.
Vote Photons! Yeah, Gitarina has a good summoning chant.
She's
the
sick.
Overdrive, yeah.
Yes.
It's good. Yeah. Another small detail I liked is when Romin was attacking her monsters that was on Aratz's field, they would take the attack and then they'd turn around like happy and then deal the damage to Aratz. I don't know if you saw that. I didn't realize that. Small detail. Yeah, when Gitarna got attacked, when Gitarna was on Aratz's field. Yeah, the Gakuto's card.
Yes.
That was a cool moment.
He swooned over it. Gakuto was so excited about it.
Yeah. Right, well, yeah, she saw him perform a good... So that's actually kind of interesting because... Oh, no, Gakuto did that before she went berserk, probably.
I think so.
But that's the thing that I feel like Romin is a pretty decent duelist because she saw a move that Gakuto did against her. And she added it. Yeah, she 100%. Learned from it and added to it. Yeah. So that was a good moment for her.
He got so emotional. He's so overdramatic.
Yeah, I love
Gakuto. We got the pink background and him just swooning over it happening.
He's crying.
Yeah. The best.
I love Gakuto, man.
Best boy.
Oh, goodness.
Oh my.
But thank you, Novice.
What have you done?
Thank you, Gamer.
Jack Knight 21 donated $5. Said, hey Dylan, you should stream on Twitch the Xenoblade games on Switch. Very good and long. Also, glad Romin got her second win and can't wait for Neil.
I'm very excited for Neil. I'm very excited to hear him speak in the beginning of 17. Xenoblade, I've heard are very good games, Jack. Yeah. Thank you for the suggestion. I'll look into them. And yeah, I know I have a lot of requests over on Twitch. If I did Twitch more, there'd be more games that I could play, but I only do it 2 nights a week. But I'll try to throw that in maybe at some point in the future. But Jack, thank you for the donation, and thank you for the suggestion. If you don't follow me on Twitch, a lot of fun streams, including with these guys, are being planned. Actually, right in this basement, all 4 of us playing on TV is Fall Guys Season 2. A lot of other stuff. GTA 4 Manhunts. A lot of fun stuff is coming. Follow me on Twitch. The link is right there in the description. It's free. Jack, thank you for the donation.
A buddy of mine actually has recently played through both, but loves Xenoblade, the second one.
Chronicles 2.
He put 200 plus hours into it.
Yeah.
It's a time sink. If you want to go that far with it, but they're great games. So good suggestion.
Yeah.
Otis Cunningham donated $2.
Otis is here.
Otis.
The Otis.
The Otis. Seto?
Said, had an interesting day at work.
Oh, God.
A guest decided to, I'm going to rephrase this, pee in a water bottle instead of going to the bathroom. So, yeah. Also, Attack on Titan is GOAT.
You heard it here first.
Man, a lot of crazy shit happens at Universal.
And it all involves genitalia. You notice that?
Yeah, it does.
What's going on over there, Otis? Why do people like this?
Yeah.
I mean, they don't want to go in the bath. They can't get offline, so they just have to, go.
Go in their bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's awful. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. So, Otis, thank you so much for the $5 donation, man. I seriously appreciate it. I'm sorry work was crazy. It's good to hear from you, though. And it's good to hear from all of you. I think that's probably going to wrap things up here.
I think that's it.
That's
Episode 16, My Dirty Debt. Yeah, so thank you all so much for watching, for hanging out with us tonight, for making us a part of your Wednesday evenings. You guys are amazing. We have some upgrades coming to the studio because of everything that has gone on. The support you showed me for the 24-hour stream I did over on Twitch was just so humbling and incredible that I am in the process of getting a much better camera. This is a pretty decent camera, but we're talking professional grade camera. And again, the more love that you guys show us, and you guys show me seriously an incredible amount of support in that way, the more I will be able to continue to upgrade this studio. And yeah, I'm excited for that camera to get set up. So maybe by the next Sevens Up, we will have that. Thank you all so much for watching, for donating, for just being you. Seriously. You want to plug stuff?
Yeah, follow my channel, Clueless Gamers. We're actually going to shoot a trailer reaction right after this stream ends. So
It's linked down below.
Nice.
Tune in
Yeah.
to find out what it is.
It's linked down below.
I'm excited. I actually don't even know what it is, to be honest.
Good,
So
I
I'm
like
excited.
Surprise.
Follow me on, all platforms at Nick Timoneri. You can figure out how to. I think you linked it, right?
It's all
Is it
linked.
It's all linked.
Yeah.
And follow my band Mom Fight at Mom Fight NJ on Twitter and Instagram. Mom Fight on Facebook if you're there. We're in the midst of writing a full length record. We have practice tomorrow night actually, so keep an eye out for that. Early
Ooh.
2021.
Cool.
Stoked for
That's
it.
awesome.
Just at Kate Barney on Twitter and Instagram.
Follow Nixie's band 2021. Follow Pete, Clueless Gamers. Follow Kate Barney. And follow me over on Twitch if you don't already. Hope you guys checked out the YouTube video I uploaded today. I'll be live with Clone Hero tomorrow night. Na 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 was finally charted,
Nice.
and we will be playing that tomorrow night for a couple hours with you guys. So hope you guys come by then. Thank you all so much. You're all amazing. I don't know where I would be without you, and I seriously do mean that. Thank you guys for helping me out. The crew, Pete, Nick T, and Kate. Excited to announce that Pete will be on next week.
Yep.
Oh, what?
So Pete is on next week, which is going to be very
There's a lot of
exciting.
people crying and they're really upset that I was there. So sorry.
I can't wait, Pete. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you have